Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with all the resources you need to become a successful author. You can learn more about Authors Unite and join the free community at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today, I have Jasmine White with us. She is a senior at USC and a business owner. So welcome to the show, Jasmine.
Thank you for having me, Tyler.
Of course. Thanks for joining us. We'll dive into the first question. The first question I have for you is, what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
So I came to the University of South Carolina to major in international business. The program is ranked #1 in the nation, making it very competitive. So long story short, I applied to the program and I wasn't accepted. And at that time, I was convinced that this rejection meant that I was a failure. And then from there, I changed my major to accounting and I ended up loving it. And the lesson here for me was that failure can be a defining moment for your life. However, it doesn't define you. So when you're knocked down, you can choose to get up and dust yourself off, or you can choose to stay down.
And what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that is within your expertise or industry?
So I own a transportation business, and I would say to not let the number of competitors you face discourage you, rather let it challenge you to find a way to set your business apart from the others.
And what's your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
To never stop learning and seeking to improve. Technology has the ability to drastically change the industry you're operating in, and you have to be able to adapt.
And if you could give, I know you're still young, but if you could give your younger self, even younger, one piece of advice, what would that be?
That life's a marathon and not a sprint. It's great to start young, as I have, but then to also realize that I still have my whole life ahead of me.
And in your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
To me, the key to happiness is finding your purpose in life. Your purpose doesn't just include your career that you may pursue, but also the family you may raise and the community you could impact, and that also everyone's purpose is different.
And what's the best book that you've read, and what was the #1 thing you learned from that?
Tuesdays with Morrie has been my favorite book for years, and it contains numerous life lessons, but the #1 thing I've learned from it is that changing your perspective can change your life.
And what's your favorite quote and why?
My favorite quote would be, "Life is like a camera. You focus on what's important, capture the good times, develop from the negatives, and if things don't work out, take another shot." And that's my favorite quote because it really simplifies what we so often complicate, which is life. This just says that to take on life, that you need ambition, you need to be positive, you need to be able to persevere, and you need to be resilient.
Wow, that is an incredible quote. I never heard that before. Thank you for sharing that. The last question I have for you before we let you go is, where's the best place for people to find you online?
The best place to find me is on LinkedIn. You can search my name, Jasmine White, or access my page directly at linkedin.com/in/Jasmine S. White.
Awesome. Thank you again for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.